Okay, so this is Spirit Baby is What They Want You to Know, Part 6. I just did Part 5 about divine timing. This is a sort of continuation. So, divine timing, I was talking about how nothing's linear anymore. How these slow little, meek little moments you think might not be doing anything could lead to the one big moment, quantum leaps. So, as we're talking about that and what to do while you're trying to grasp or just make peace with divine timing. Making peace with it, you have to realize, and I did a video about this before, it was 2 years ago, so I'm going to reiterate it, because it is very important now in this energy, which is just a constant expansion and contraction. And what that is, an inhale and an exhale, is it's also a connection and a disconnection. So, as we're going through this divine timing, that just seems to take so long, we're going to go through series of upgrades and series of expansions, series of higher alignments when our vibration is increasing to the limitless state, to the state of our spirit baby's consciousness. And there's going to be lots of times of disconnection. So, there's one thing about the spiritual journey that people talk about, and it's the dark night of the soul. Well, I think I hate that term almost as much as divine timing, because it's not a dark night of the soul. It's not even a 3 days of darkness. It's a constant darkness with a light and a darkness and a light and a darkness and a light. I mean, the more in depth you get on your spiritual journey, the more you really come face to face with the dark, have to embrace the dark, and just be at peace with the dark, which is so much easier said than done. What is the dark? It is this feeling of disconnection, this feeling of the void. And as I've said in that video, which is, I don't know, you can look through it, it's in the blog, it's, I don't know, celebrating the disconnection. But when there is this disconnection, like I can't hear my baby, I can't hear my spirit baby guide, I can't hear my spirit guides, I can't hear my higher self, I feel lost and disoriented. Those are very important times. That disconnect is leading up to the next upgrade, to the next higher alignment. So it is just as important as the connection, the disconnect, and then the reconnect, the disconnect and the reconnect. Unfortunately, in my experience, the disconnect seems to last a lot longer than the connect when you get towards the end of your journey. As a forerunner, which means I'm one of the first to do this spiritual shit, I feel like I have some galactic influence, and I'm making notes in the margins, and I'm being an editor here and saying, let's cut this part out, because the people behind me, they don't have to keep doing this bullshit over and over again. So hopefully the journey for the second wave of people coming in and the third wave of people who are awakening will not be as long and tedious and ridiculous, utterly ridiculous. But anyway, talking about the disconnect. What can we do in the times of disconnect? And what I get, and keep getting recently, is just relax, relax. You have to relax. I know sometimes the last thing people want to hear when they're trying to conceive is, oh, just relax. And that is bullshit. What the hell do they know? But if you are on a spiritual journey, and if there is something that you want, first you just have to know that you're going to get it. Okay, if it's a desire you have, you're gonna get it. It's your spirit baby desires to be here as much as you desire the baby to be here. What you yearn for yearns for you. You're calling to each other. These desires you have are your soul's purpose for being here. So not only do you deserve to have them, you're supposed to have them. It's an act of love to have them. It's nothing you have to earn. It's nothing like that. So just trust that whatever you're desiring, you are gonna get. And this journey happens organically and naturally on its own. The less resistance we have, the better, which is, again, is easier said than done. I am the resistance queen when things aren't going the way I want. But if we can relax, and what does that mean? For me, it means I've been getting monthly massages and facials, and not just to pamper myself, because it's retraining my body to relax. It works on the parasympathetic nervous system. So, we can be calmer in chaos. You know, I'm taking Tai Chi, which is a very slow movement, working with your life force energy, which is also a way to take in chaos in a relaxed way. So I really think that a major thing, a major way to get through this all gracefully is non-resistance, and find some ways for you to relax, whatever that means for you. Well, you know, for me, it's tricky having 3 kids that I homeschool. So what do? I have 2 hours a day where I go to my room and I'm by myself. It's quiet time. I need that to relax. Now, the kids love it too. They get to be on their iPads at that time. We all love quiet time. It's a time to just go inwards. So do what you can to relax during the disconnect, okay? And when divine timing isn't really working as much as you want, do whatever you can just to nurture yourself. Whatever you do, don't ever think you're doing it wrong. And whatever else you do, when you're in that period of disconnect, don't come up with an action plan. You know, I talked about the new energy and how the new energy works, and action plans don't work. If you don't believe me, try it. Make an action plan and see how quickly you are stilted. Coming up with little goals. I'm gonna exercise every day for the next 3 weeks. Up. No, you're not. You know what? Your body might need energy for its transformation or whatever it's going through. No, you're not. So, yeah, don't make goals. I forgot what I was saying. I totally lost my train of thought. See, I was trying to think too much. I had a goal of telling you useful information. No, not going to happen. Disconnect, divine timing, quantum leads. I don't know. Whatever. Whatever. Nurture yourself, okay? Don't come up with action plans. Just find ways to nurture yourself. Self-care. Self-care for yourself. And just realize you're not doing anything wrong ever. Your soul has this all carefully planned out, and if you can relax, non-resistance, and love yourself through all of it. Sometimes you're just going to need to cry, and sometimes you're just going to need to scream, and that's okay. Divine timing makes me want to scream. So anyway, yeah. So this is about the disconnection, and just breathing, relaxing, celebrating the disconnection, because you are going to get another upgrade. And this happens constantly throughout your spiritual journey, a disconnect and a reconnect, disconnect and a reconnect. And just do what you can to make peace with it. And again, what's the reason for all this? It's because we're raising our vibrations so we can really, really house these high vibrational children in our vessels for them to come through. It's really all about us, and they're doing their works on the higher planes, but just trust the journey. Just trust the journey. We'll see part 7 whenever divine timing says it's time. All right, I'll talk to you later.